my life, and interestingly, they had a complete record of my life. These angels, they had recorded every minute of my life, including my thoughts, my feelings, including the feelings and thoughts of the people that I interacted with, including even things that had happened to the people that I interacted with that I wasn't aware of, like the bad day my dad had at the office and came home and he and I had a fight. And I got to see what he went through.
You saw everything or just bits and
pieces? Episodes. Yeah, I didn't see my entire life. We just went through episodes starting in a chronological order.
And how did you see it? Was it you saw it in your mind? There was actually like
no, it was real strange. It was like watching a play on a stage, and there were just actors, and there were hardly any sets. So if it was like my mother and I talking, and my mother drinking coffee at the kitchen table, it was like the table and my mom and her. Maybe a little bit of the linoleum, but the counters weren't there. Because what they were showing me that all that really mattered was how I had interacted with people, whether I had been a compassionate person or not. That's all they were interested in. We would get up to points in my life where I would, have an accomplishment, like win a shot at 8 high school shot put meet or something, which was my big event in high school, was shot put. And that skipped over. And I said, wait a minute, I wanted a shot put there. I worked really hard to get to that point, And they said, well, that's not important. What's really important is this. And then showed me how I'd shown a little kindness to a really fat, uncoordinated kid who didn't know how to throw, and I was trying to teach him how to throw the shot, and I was like, they're going like, see, that's good stuff.
They showed you the good things, and when you looked at good things, it made them happy, and then when you saw the bad things, they became very sad.
Yeah, and extremely disappointed.
Question. So Howard Storm, in your near-death experience, you were shown times you showed compassion to other people, and how it made them feel, made their lives better, happier, and how it made Jesus and the angels happier, right? Well, I got a question. What if you're ugly, like the man in the telltale heart? What if you're the man with the telltale heart? No shit. What if you're the man in the story of the telltale heart? He has a evil-looking eye, that hideous-looking eye that just grinds on the nerves of the man. He hates the man for no other reason because his atrocious-looking eye. No matter how this man does something kind. Okay, let's say this man is trying to figure out how to do something. Fix a car. I know they didn't have cars back then, but let's say something like this. Let's make it more understandable. Let's say this guy, he's very, 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 very country but ugly. And there's this girl broken down on the side of the road. And this country but ugly guy stops by to help her. Real kind, real compassionate. And she's thinking, man, just fix the tire and get on out of here. I don't want to talk to you. You're ugly. But he fixes the tire and he stays because he's really concerned about her, asking her, do you have family you can contact to tell? But then about this, and he's giving her good advice on how not to drive too fast on a donut tire. And she's just thinking, get out of here, man. Ugo, get out of here. The way you look is just driving me batty. You so why couldn't it have been a good looking guy who stopped by and helped me, or at least somebody not so damn ugly as you? And he's truly trying to help her, and the more he says, the more she speaks to help her, the more she's thinking, just get out of here, get the hell out of here. I don't want to talk to you, fuggo. He did his best to show her compassion. What the hell does he see when he stands before Jesus and his angels? And what is he going to feel, knowing that he did a good deed, and the person he was doing the good deed for was really repulsed by him, trying to go the extra mile and telling her how to care for a donut tire, making sure she's got family that can help her if she gets stranded again, offering to let her have his phone, and he'll come back and get it back at school later today. And she's just thinking, what happens? Oh, Jesus and his angels are going to be pleased, but what does the guy, I guess, what does he see when he stands before Jesus? Or here's another. I had another idea. Or someone who tried to help somebody, and the person they're trying to help uses them. Thinking, sucker, I suckered you out of your money. Like the panhandler. I'm really hungry, he says. Will you please help me, give me some food? And he really just wants to make money. And after the person, out of a heart of love, gives this panhandler $20, and the panhandler walks away thinking, sucker, I just took me for you a ride, you son of a bitch. What does the person who gave him the money see when he stands before Jesus and his angels? You see, there's no such thing as true love. For love's sake, it is impossible to love another human being for the other human being's sake. You love him because he reminds you of your brother before your brother died. You love him because he has Asperger's, or he has autism, and your brother had autism. Now, if this man did not have autism, you would not be set to love him. You would just walk away, be indifferent. Or Dr. George C. Ritchie, he died and had an inside track to Jesus Christ. He died, saw Jesus, came back. He was dealing with this depressed young jock. This young man, had the boyish good looks, square jaw, had a lot of promise. And Dr. George C. Ritchie writes, despite that we are told in psychiatry not to get involved, become intimately involved in the details of their lives, not to keep a detachment. You're supposed to keep a detachment from your patients, a professional detachment, not become emotionally involved with them. He writes, Alice was worming his way into my heart, and I really cared about him. Now, had Alice not been an athlete, a guy with much promise, would Dr. George C. Ritchie have loved this Alice kid as much as he did because he was this? Love is bullshit. No, I'll take that back. I'll take love wherever I can get it. But back in people, I wore a Batman costume yesterday. Some black kids came up and gave me a fist bump and was happy to see me. 2 people asked to take a picture with me. Whenever I've tried to measure arms with girls, I got yeses. Yes. But back days, a few years ago when I was fat, people wanted nothing to do with me. You see, they love me now because I'm not so looking younger, looking like. But back in the day was when I was ugly. And so help me God, I curse God. I'll go so far as to curse the Holy Ghost if I do not look good. If I look like I do now instead of a hunk. If I do not look like a foxy guy, I curse the Holy Ghost. I don't want to curse the Holy Ghost, but so hell we got to curse the Holy Ghost if I do not look like a foxy good looking guy. What about God and Jesus? Does he love unconditionally? Or does he love us because we're made in the image of God? And he doesn't really love us, but he loves the image of God he sees in us. It's obvious he does not love unconditionally eternally because he lets multitudes of people go to hell. So why in the hell should I care about love? And instead not focus on getting what I want in my life? Because there is no such thing as love. And Holy Ghost, I curse you. Holy Ghost, I curse you if I look like this. Holy Ghost, go to hell if I have my hairline within the hair.